All right, fire in the hole, brother.
Fire in the hole.
All right, man. Let's get this thing going. Did you like the Southern rock?
Dude, I love Southern rock.
I mean, did you?
The Black Crowes are probably my favorite band. So
I mean,
that's a predecessor. You know, they're post this, but Skinner rocks. when I was in college, you come home juiced out of your mind. You would kick the Skinner in, Little Sweet Home Alabama.
Absolutely.
What's that smell?
Oh man, okay.
That's usually the question the RA said as he walked down my dorm room hallway. What's that smell? But yeah,
Skinner, 38 Special, Molly Hatchet,
a little Kansas maybe in there, you know. But
you call Kansas? Yeah, I suppose Kansas is kind of Southern stuff. Yeah, you know, I mean, we could dig that. I mean,
Molly Hatchet. It was all good.
Kansas Left Overture. That's one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to have a 6-pack of beer and just kind of veg, you know, just kind of we can't show everybody online exactly what he's doing there, but I suppose you can kind of figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
So so I tell you, I just love this. I just playing this. You know, one of the funnest things before every show is I kind of throw out the different songs, like what do I kick it off with, and it's just so damn fun, just kind of playing songs all day long. Okay, we'll try this one. Yeah, how's it sound? So hey, this is podcast number 5. Can you believe this?
We are.
I think our best of is about 25 seconds now.
Yeah.
We'll keep amending that.
5 seconds from each show.
I think so. 5 seconds from each show, and the fact that we could even multiply that 5 times 5 is pretty impressive.
Well, I have my little calculator on my phone here. So.
That's why they put it on the phone. They calculate it out there. So this is Thursday. It's October 6th. Like we said, this is...
I'm Fire.
And I am Brim, double M Stone from fireandbrimstone.com. And we're excited about kicking off another week here. I tell you what, man, last week was an absolute blast. That was an absolute blast.
That was way too fun.
Having Frank on, I mean, he just brought it, didn't he?
Well, Frank brings a lot of things to the table.
Yeah.
One, a very large body. 2, a great sense of humor. So, thank goodness.
Oh, jeez.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, really. You don't want to be on his bad side. I've never seen a bad side to him, though.
Yeah, but how does a guy like that play football? You know what I mean? I mean, somewhere between walking into the locker room and getting taped up.
Yeah.
Some sort of demonic possession takes place.
I mean, because he would say, "I'm sorry," after a tackle. Could you see him doing that? You know, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for mashing you into the ground.
And he speaks the Queen's English, and it's all proper, you know. I'm sorry, sir. You know?
That explains the email.
Yeah, I'm sorry your femur's at a right angle to the rest of your body. I'm so sorry.
Your knee doesn't bend that way? No, that's an absolute blast having him. And
so we're going to have him on some sort of
we're going to have him on a rotation. Absolutely.
He fits the mold.
Absolutely. And boy, did his eyes lit up when we were talking about games.
Oh, yeah.
He just absolutely lit up. It was so cool to have somebody like that. So we're going to effort, and we're going to get other folks as well. It's amazing that we're even talking about this shit. Like, do you want to talk to us? I mean, it just, it would just. We got one person.
Well, I tell people there's a big fridge of beer, so that's what draws my peeps in.
Absolutely. So what have you been doing the past week? Anything big?
The last 2 weeks I did absolutely nothing but sit in my throne. And watch ball. I did laundry.
Yeah, that's a good start. I could tell it. The smell isn't as bad. When we play Leonard Skinner, the smell. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I didn't necessarily fold it or put away, but I did it.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, technicality. I mean, come on, man. Throw it in the dryer.
We'll give you a pass.
Throw it in the dryer 5 minutes. The wrinkles are gone. I don't have time.
Absolutely.
I watched a lot of football. Disappointed in some games. Of course, happy with several others. But this is the week for like the all inclusive of sports. This week here starts off like the holiday season, essentially, for sports. We got baseball playoffs. We got football. We got big pro games coming in because now we've kind of crossed over into the second quarter of the season. You know, we got NBA preseason starting. We got hockey. I don't know. There's probably a lacrosse league starting somewhere that we can cover. I mean, it's everything.
We haven't even talked about. There's still NASCAR going on. You know, I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. I mean, it just absolutely. It's a good time to be alive. I mean,
anytime's a good time to be alive, considering the alternative. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
So when we first got married. or before.
Well,
that.
for the record, Brimmstone and I are not married.
That's right. That's right.
Clarify that.
So I'm talking to my wife, and I go. She goes, "What do you want to do this weekend?" I say, "Well, you know what? This event is on TV. It's the only time it comes on TV. This is it. This is the only time we get to hear it every year or see it every year. And I got to watch this thing." And she concludes after about, like 16 weeks of this, every week there's another thing that only comes on once a year, It just...
yeah. Well played. And how many years has this went on?
This has been going on for 28 years now.
Outstanding.
Which is rather amazing. I mean...
Well, okay. She's just setting you up for the silver anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to drop a lot of coin.
You know what, though? But you know what? I am a stock that's an outperform. I should be selling for like $2, and I'm selling for like and I'm selling for like 28. There's no rationale for it. You ever look at the stock? Why is it so high? They have no revenue. They make no profit but they're selling for that. That's exactly where I am.
EBIT's trash. Yeah. Their PE ratio's garbage. But
I should be in. I know. I'm selling at this high rate. I can't figure it out. I mean, I would never advise it, but. So no, an absolute blast. I mean, there was so much stuff going on. I was watching the Ryder Cup over the weekend. Hey,
is that not outstanding?
That was amazing. That was so much fun to watch. I tell you what, they put together a nice team. They put together a real team. A US team.
It was a real team, and they did some different things. They had these little vice captains who kind of ran around, the course and were in communication and pepping the guys up. And as like Davis Love said, he didn't want anyone to feel like they were out there alone, which that's beautiful. But the competition was just the whole fans that was insane.
And so, what do you think about in golf? I mean, fans kind of giving players crap.
Obviously, in a professional tournament type situation, the Masters or the majors. Yeah. There's a gentleman's thing to it, but that's kind of what's cool about the Ryder Cup is because it's not like that. It's not supposed to be like that. This is a chance, It's very similar to like the U.S. Open in tennis. Yeah. You've got Wimbledon and everyone's going,
oh yeah, everybody, you can only wear white outfits and shit like that. Yeah.
Well, you get to Ryder Cup and all bets are off,
Yep. Yep.
And you know who I loved? I was never a fan of his until I watched was Rory McIlroy. He was jacked out of his mind.
Oh, yeah, he was
just taunting the fans back and forth, and it was beautiful, man. I mean, it was nice to see. It was nice to see emotion in that game, and it meant something.
And that is the cool thing about it, and I have to completely agree with you about that. That is what makes the Ryder Cup really such a unique event. That the fact that they really get into it.
Yeah,
most of these guys are having dinner with each other afterwards, and during the regular season, they don't do that.
They're throwing a couple of cocktails back afterwards.
Oh,
with their
absolutely.
Friends and family, and they're talking trash and having a good time. It's laxed, but it's mega pressure too. Yeah. It's this dichotomy, that nowhere else in golf, no other time does it really happen.
So a real big shout out to the U.S. on that. That is,
that was I was watching the last day, and of course, as usual, the Europeans start out really strong.
They do,
and you see all this blue, and you're like, oh my God, they have 16 points.
They're going to fold.
Son of a
they're going to fold.
And then all these, and it just bounces back and forth, and. I think it was Johnny Miller made a really good a note. Every one of those matches counts until the end.
Yes.
So okay, oh wow, okay, so you're 1 up, okay, or you're 3 up, but you're 3 up with 4 to play.
Yeah.
Well, there's still 4 to play. You know what I mean? It's still on the line. So,
and that's a cool thing about it. That is just just.
I think some of the fans did get a little over the top. There needs to be a little bit of the one I don't know.
One they get in McIlroy. You said something to McIlroy. Really, just
the one guy screaming, "Rory, you're too short!" He was standing by two. Who's the one like Kamer, who's like 6'5"?
Yeah, Mark Keimer.
Yeah, and the one, the German guy hacked the German guy's name. Yeah, my apologies. Who was the new guy who? For the European team, he was like 6'5" too, and
I forget which one it
is. Bookend by these guys, and he just looks. tiny.
The amazing thing is some of these European, players, I don't even see them to the Ryder Cup. I've never heard of them until they get on the Ryder Cup team.
No,
it's like, really?
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sergios, the Rorys and guys like that. But the rest of them, it's kind of neat. You get to
very,
see.
Very good competition. Yeah. That was very intense.
Kudos to the Europeans. They every 2 years, they come out to this damn thing.
Oh, they come to play.
And they come to play. These guys, they do everything together, and they just come to play.
Now, what's going to be interesting is what's going to happen in the next round when it's over in Europe.
You know what? The crowds are already
really
ready.
The Irish and the English,
they're going to rip them up.
They're going to be throwing down these 9.5% beers like I am right now. This Vestmahl, whatever this thing is, I don't really care. It's good. They're going to be out of control.
You know what we do? Is that a great time to take Fire and Brimstone on the road, Ryder Cup? So we got 2 years to make a name for ourselves.
Yeah, we got 2 years to find a really big sponsor.
So
I don't know, Titleist out there, Schlesinger, whoever, help us.
Yeah, we'll start, so we'll figure it out somehow. Now, you know what? We have to throw some love out to some baseball, man.
Oh, yes.
It is the season. You mentioned it. We got all these sporting events going on. It's playoff time, man. I'm bummed that the Tigers aren't in. Okay, but it is what it is. I'm over it. And, we've got so many cool teams in it right now. You got the Indians. You got the – go ahead.
Let's think about this for a minute.
Yes.
Think of the Tribe. We're Ohio boys, right? It's quite possible that Cleveland, Ohio could have 2 world championship teams.
Oh, that's stupid. Just the thought of it. That is because the last time –
the mistake by the lake all of a sudden is legit as hell.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how insane the city of Cleveland will be if the Tribe win the series?
So now the Indians are the one that is the longest team, the professional organization in Cleveland not to win a championship.
Cleveland, that's correct.
Because
I think you're right. Yeah, the Brownies in the
Brownies
Jim Brown
won
era,
it like the late 50s, early 60s.
They had
like
NFL championships. Yep. You're right. They wasn't Super Bowl era, but they had championships. You're right.
Cleveland, I'm going to say like 46, 47, something like that is last time they won.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago. And for the record, before us. Okay, it was long before us. So that is really cool. But I'm looking at the list. Obviously, you got the Cubs. What do you want to say about the Cubs? I mean, it's just they had 103 wins this year, which is just outstanding for any major league team to throw out 100.
Being the Red Leg fan that I am, they took my Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
So take a lead into the 8th inning and let him come in and throw 110 mile an hour heat. Now, can you imagine in the Windy City in October when it's cold and brisk?
Oh, trying to hit that damn ball?
And he's coming in.
Are you kidding me?
He's coming in at 103.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? That's just stupid. Yeah. If you've used a wooden bat and you hit it wrong and it just cracks. That's
if I ever got a hold of it, it was wrong. Yeah. When I did get a hold of it.
I'm talking about in a batting cage. In a batting cage on a tee is when I do it.
It's like a stinger in football when you hit your shoulder. That shock goes all the way up your arm. Man.
Yep.
It's just.
Yep. So you're trying to crack 103 miles an hour.
It's like when the cops tase me.
Yep.
Up it, man. Up it.
Hey, that feels good.
Yeah. There you go. Now I'm awake.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Well, now I'm sober, so you can't get me for public intox. But
I was at a Tiger game once. I forget the dude they had a couple years ago. Joel Zamaya, who was throwing like 103 mile an hour pills right at the plate. And so we were sitting in kind of it was in right field, and we had this perfect look where from the pitcher's mound to the catcher.
Oh, beautiful!
That damn ball, 103 miles an hour. I don't know how. You just put the bat out there.
What do you have, like 0.3 tenths of a second to decide and swing?
It just.
Good luck.
That is a skill. And I was never a fan of the Barry Bonds and guys like that. But I can't take this away from them. I don't care how much juice you're on. Juice doesn't help you hit the ball. It may help you hit the ball further.
But you have to put the coordination to get the ball on
absolutely,
the bat.
Absolutely. I mean, to hit that baseball the way that those guys, the McGuires and all those guys, you can't take that away from the fact that they could hit the damn baseball. And that is something that like 99.9% of the American or the public, cannot do.
Well, that's why they make $25 million a year,
which is absolutely a stupid amount. But you know what? This season, the guy that I rooted for all year long was Ichiro. I mean, for this dude, you know what? He comes over here when he is like in his late 20s. He comes out. He's got 3,000 hits now.
Yeah, but being a Reds fan, the whole talk about he has more hits than Pete Rose. Get that crap out of here.
No,
they should count his professional.
No.
Well, you know what? If that were the case, then there would be Japanese teams in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
But that don't happen, bro.
Yep.
Why is that? Because you're not as good over there.
That's why they're over there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they're over there.
That's
nice,
not
taking anything away from the Japanese league.
Would he, if he started here, would he? He'd be right on his heels.
Tell you what,
that guy can hit the ball.
He can hit the ball.
I mean, how many? I'm not quick enough to look up the stats, but I wonder how many 2-strike base hits he's had in his career.
You know what?
And I wonder how many strikeouts he's had in his. He doesn't. He doesn't.
He doesn't strike out.
He doesn't
strike out at all. You know why? When he hits the ball, he slaps the ball, and so his bat comes flat across the plate. That means that
plane,
that means the zone that he can hit the ball is longer than other people because he's just getting the ball. He's not going to hit home runs, but the dude can. He's going to get the hits all the time.
Sure.
All right. Oh, hey, we got.
Yeah. We've got our barmaid here. Hello.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. We don't even say that on the air, right? So, there you go. So, okay, you know what? Who would you like to see in the World Series?
I'd like to see Cleveland.
Okay.
I'd also like to see the Cubs.
Yeah.
The Cubbies. I mean, come on. I have a friend from elementary school, kindergarten. I've known this guy. He's been a Cubs fan. How many good teams have you had in the last? Okay, I'm 49. Let's 45 years. How many Cub teams have there been worth a squat?
Yeah,
6, maybe 4, 5.
All right,
and they've done nothing. Remember when they had the Hawk?
Did
they get to the
Andre
series
Dawson?
that year?
No,
but they got to the playoffs.
They never. They did get to the playoffs at least one year with him. Yeah, with Andre Dawson.
Chi-Town is jonesing.
It is. I tell you what,
they're jonesing.
And okay, I'm going to call it right now. My Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, World Series. If I'm Fox, I think it's Fox who has it. This is the matchup you want. And I say Reese's Peanut Butter Cup because is there a better matchup between peanut butter and chocolate? So yeah, I'm angling for maybe advertisement here. I don't know. Let's see it, but we'll go for that. The Cubs and the Red Sox. It just the thought of going from Wrigley Field to Fenway Park.
Here's the thing, yeah.
That's absolutely.
Well, that's the two like most storied parks, right? But
yeah.
Those freaking Giants, and it's an even year, man.
You know what?
Bastards.
You
Sorry,
nailed
Mimi.
it.
Love you.
You absolutely nailed it. The Giants, what do they do every freaking year?
Every even year, they win a title,
I know.
man. They've taken, 3 out of the last, 5? This would be 4 out of 6 if they win it. Every even year, man.
They just show up, they make it into the playoffs, and then they just play like a freaking, the best team out there, and it's stupid.
California teams should not win anything. You're in California. I mean,
wait a minute. You got my Raiders. You can't, Well, they haven't won anything in decades, so it really doesn't matter.
I'd like to see Cleveland in it, but I think Toronto, for some reason, is going to get there.
That is always a cool thing.
Toronto, I just, I don't know. Hail to the Canadians, man. You got to give them some props. But in the National League, I really do want the Cubbies.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to see. I don't know when they play Cubbies and the Giants, but that one bothers me.
I think they play tomorrow night. I think they open up tomorrow night in Chi-Town. And then, the other thing that scares me about that game or that series, it's only 5 games.
Yeah.
If you fall down the first game, you lose the first game,
you're in trouble.
Sucks.
You're in big trouble
right.
because your main guy might not have enough time to come back.
And that's what really sucks about that. So I'm with you on that.
But you've got the Nationals out there. I mean,
Scherzer is just pitching stupid.
So, I don't know. I can't predict. I tell you who I want, though. I want the Tribe.
It's you know what? If we can't have the Red Sox, I'll go with the Tribe.
There you go.
And they're playing with each other, so
there you go.
It's well, yeah, maybe I said that quite wrong there, but
better you than me.
Yeah, there you go. I don't have any film or anything to confirm that, but okay. It's yeah. So they're playing each other.
Hold on, let me upload something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can do that. So I think that we've got to go someplace. We got. We should go to one of those games. It would be fun.
I have some meathead friends that live in Chicago.
Oh, I love that.
Chi-Town track. It's a 4-hour ride. By the time we get there, we'll be loaded out of our mind anyway, so it won't matter.
You know what? Then
Fire and Brimstone live from
road,
live from Wrigley,
just burning it up.
Live from Wrigley. That's sure to lead to an arrest or two.
That's right. That could get people to listen. If we could do it from the jail cell. We could do it from the jail cell.
I was going to say, as we're screaming, being hauled away by the popo, people will definitely listen.
Yeah. Could you imagine the hits that we could get in a jail cell? Take that any way you want, okay?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's it.
Bubba, you're up.
That's right. Up next. In the batter's box. No, that would be super fun. So we've got
definitely not the place to be in the hole.
Oh, what the hell? Let's think big. That's the way to go
awesome.
on that.
That would be awesome.
That is absolutely the way to go. So, you know what? So over the next week, as these games go on, which they're all, they're starting today, and going over the next week here. Now, by this time next week, we're going to know who is into the next round and getting close to the World Series. Then I've been to a World Series, and I tell you what, there's nothing cooler than seeing your team in the World Series. It is absolutely just the coolest thing. I'll just show you the picture sometime when the Tigers won in '84.
Yeah. With my Red Leg manager Sparky. Yeah.
Oh, and I was at the final game. We were at the final game when they won it. And so to grow up a fan of a particular team like the Tigers, and you see your boys actually win the World Series, I mean, that is just what can you say? That's just the coolest freaking thing to be able to see something like that.
That does not suck.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So what do you think? You want to move on to our football thing here?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's supposed to be our forte.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Well, that's why we save the pros for last. Because we lose all the listeners by now.
Technically.
So they don't actually hear our scores or anything. How we actually did against the spread and all that sort of stuff. So let's talk about college. What was your big takeaway from the college game last week?
Well, my big takeaway was Wisconsin is way better than I thought.
Okay.
I mean,
even though they lost to Michigan.
I thought they were going to get curb stomped by Michigan.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I get where you're going with that.
I really thought with all the momentum and the hype, but Wisconsin's got a wicked defense. Defense.
They do.
They're a little one-dimensional with that young quarterback, but they were right there. They were, Michigan. I was really thinking that was going to be a big blowout, and as my predictions usually show, I was wrong. And that's not to say Michigan isn't good. Michigan is rocking, and that's one of those games you get a W, get out of Dodge, move on,
just do it. The W.
But Cheese Brothers are serious. They are a good football team,
and
even though they're one dimensional. They're still good. So here it is. Come stop us. We don't care.
They're going to be better too.
Yeah.
They're going to be better. I mean, just like all the teams.
They're not out of the hunt yet by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, our Buckeyes rolled. They look good.
Yeah, they
look good.
All right, I had to show the Buckeye love, but you know what? They only play Rutgers. Sorry, Rutgers fans. Okay, they've got to play some competition yet. They're getting better. If you're Urban Meyer. This is, I don't want to say it's a repeat of 2 years ago, but think about this.
Yes.
He's got these kids, and he is molding them into the shape that he wants. And these guys, like last year, they said, okay, we won it already. These kids, can you imagine how they're listening to him?
We are super
Every word he's saying.
The Buckeyes are very, very young.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, of course, you got Jackson and Watson in the Heisman talk. You have to have those freaks of nature there. But the leadership that JT shows on that team is immeasurable.
Huh.
I mean, they are clicking. And what I really like is, what do you have, 9 or 10 different receivers last game? That caught the ball. So guess what? I mean, Noah Brown, who had 4 dirts the week before, was virtually, unknown. Noah Brown, he had 4 touchdowns the week before. You don't even hear from him.
And
you're still putting up what they put up 58.
I counted that.
So, knock on wood, God forbid, if the injury bug hits us, we're fine because we still have plenty of these skill players who are getting plenty of playing time and have got experience and they're making plays.
Yeah, I counted that up the other day, and was it 12? It was some stupid number.
It's ridiculous.
Of guys that were catching the ball.
Which that tells me all he's doing is making his reads.
That's right.
He is not looking for anybody. He's going up. He's going, this is the coverage. I know, boom, and he's delivering, and that's fitting.
Okay, now you play defense, so you know that you don't want to stare down somebody because the defense is going to jump all over.
Oh, yeah.
So if you got a guy like Barrett, he is just making his reads, and he's just darting around wherever he has to go. He's going to go with the ball.
Watch his head and watch his eyes.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep, and he makes the call.
Yeah. And he makes the progressions so well, and I think it's really underrated because it's Urban's offense. You know what I mean? And Tebow just ran that offense at Florida. Doesn't quite have the NFL success. It's a college gimmick offense. But I'm telling you, Barrett can make the reads. He can make all the throws.
He could do it. Okay, so now we had, we're talking about Barrett. But in that Clemson-Louisville game, you had 2 good quarterbacks in that one, too. Now, it was a track meet.
Yeah, but how sloppy was it with the turnovers?
It was sloppy. I mean, Watson had 3 interceptions. And Jackson had 1 interception. I mean, it was, it wasn't the game that I think. No, it was the high scoring game.
Oh, it was a hell of a game. But unfortunately, the turnovers hurt, man. Turnovers hurt.
And but it was a great game, and hats off to Clemson. I said that Louisville was going to run all over them. Yeah. And I gotta give props to Clemson.
Of course, my uncle and my cousin are calling talking smack and yuck.
Yeah, somebody. Okay, so it is what it is.
But Louisville's not out of the picture yet, man.
Yeah, Louisville actually they're still in the top 10, even though they're the highest ranked 1-loss team. Then is what they come down to.
Aren't they in the same division though as Clemson? So that hurts. Clemson's going to have to drop one, I think. But the ACC, man. I mean, look at North Carolina.
Yep.
So there's some traps and landmines out there for Clemson. They don't have just the cakewalk yet.
Okay, now what about Washington? Man, Washington spanked Stanford. That I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming at all.
I did not either. Washington's for real. That coach from Boise is.
He is.
Wow.
Well, that's why he's coaching at Washington,
Finally,
right?
Yeah.
That's why he's coaching at Washington because he did things with Boise
and those aren't his boys yet necessarily. So
before that, did you even know that there was a Boise State? Did you even hear of Boise State? Besides potato farming or something like that, right?
Well, I knew him because there used to be bowl games out there on the blue field.
Right, in the blue field. That's right.
What the hell is that? That thing is obnoxious. That thing's giving me vertigo watching that game.
I do think it's kind of cool myself. I do like it. Once time a year. I mean, it's kind of
cool. Ever since they turned around as the underdogs and pimp slapped Oklahoma in a BCS bowl, they're for real.
They are.
They're for real.
They are, and they're only going to get better too. They got a good coach, and he knows how to win. And and they're so quiet out there. They're out in the Pac-10. They're way out in the West Coast. We're asleep by the time they even play their game. They got to be the front runner, the pack out there. So let's see here how that turns out. And then Alabama. I tell you, Alabama's going to lose. Alabama.
You think they're going down to somebody?
They're going to go down to
somebody.
They're going to go to before the playoffs, before the championship. They are.
That'd so not break my heart at all.
And don't quit an Alabama team. Okay, I don't want you as a quarterback or anybody leaving the team because to not finish something is not a good thing. Of course.
But you know what? I can't blame that kid though.
No, of course not.
Well, here's the thing. The way the rules are written. When you sign that letter of intent, you're basically that university's, you're their bitch. They own you. Let's not. The system is rigged for the university.
Yeah.
And now they come up with this, situation where if you graduate and you go to grad school, you can transfer and play other places, and then we got to change that rule. Well, this kid is smart because he boogied out now. which he's a redshirt freshman, I think.
Right.
And a true freshman beat him out. Well, okay, so you're probably not going to play.
Hey, but this is Nick frickin' Saban.
I don't care. I don't care.
No,
but
banging on him.
But here's the thing: if you want to play at the next level, you got to play. You got to get the reps. I'm sorry, you have to get the reps in.
Yeah,
and,
you do.
And he's going, okay, you know what? Oh well, and the guy was a 5-star recruit. Everybody in the freaking country wanted the guy.
You know where I go? I go to North Dakota State. I mean, after seeing how Carson Wentz is doing, I mean, go up there, make a name for yourself. Play it because they know how to win.
Well, the thing is, though, by leaving now, he's eligible, I think, to still play D1 FBS.
Oh, is he really?
For next year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the whole point.
Oh, so he didn't even really play a full season then. So that's his year off then.
Thank you. That's why he boogied.
Oh, that's a nice call.
Yeah. So
you're going to run. That's a time to run.
Yes,
absolutely.
Run early, man. I mean, so bail now and then, you play next year.
Actually, that's a good call because you're right. You have to take a season off.
Here, you know what? You know what that kid's dream world is?
Talk to me.
Herman goes to LSU. He transfers to LSU.
All right. So you brought it up. So why don't we go ahead and segue to this week's games? What's that game? What do they call it when Texas and Oklahoma play?
The Red River Shootout, man.
Okay.
What do you mean? What is that game called?
All right. So
everybody knows what that is.
All the reports are
the Texas State Fair, man.
That's it. All the reports are that Charlie Strong's out at the end of the season.
That sucks, man. I hate to see that. I mean, Charlie's a good guy. He's an old school disciplinarian.
He is.
He cleaned out all that crap that
he was left
from the old regime.
Some shit left over. There was a lot of varnish on that table.
You smacked Notre Dame and beat them in overtime. I tell you what, man. I think if he beats Oklahoma and he runs out, you can't fire him.
You
can't fire him.
But it's Texas. Down there, that's just like any other big-ass university. So Charlie Strong's out, and the word is they want to go after Herman. Now, of course,
Herman, no matter what happens next year, Herman is even richer than he is now.
He is going to be a lot. He is going to be,
You're welcome. You're welcome from Urban.
You don't have to worry what kind of gas that he buys. He doesn't have to get the low lead stuff. I mean, he can get the premium gas. He doesn't have to worry about that. But of course, the word is that LSU wants Herman too. The word is that USC may fire their coach, and guess who they want?
Wow.
They would like to have Herman as well.
Could you be in a better driver's seat?
And you know what? And Houston will do their damnedest to try to keep him too.
And Houston will throw a ton of cash at him to keep him, man.
Absolutely.
And Herman is the kind of guy that you have to go. You have to go to those programs, man. I'm sorry, but
I mean, if you're Texas and you're LSU, you have to swing for the fences.
LSU, and SC.
You have to swing for the fences,
man.
I don't know. That is a tough one.
Where would you go between those three?
Oh, shit, that is a damn good question. I'm thinking between USC and Texas, and so if I'm going to pick one, I'd probably be Texas.
You pick Texas?
I don't know why. I can't figure out why I'm picking Texas. Now, he did go to school at some point in Texas. I think a master's degree or something like that in Texas.
Okay.
For what that's worth. I don't think that's worth, but obviously USC is always, that is a beautiful place out there. Yeah.
I'd be at LSU in a heartbeat.
That's because you're being the SEC then, right?
In the SEC, and let's go bang heads in the SEC West with Saban.
Yeah.
Let's get it. No, but the humidity in the South, and you can go hit the palm trees in the Pacific and SC.
It is hard to turn that USC. As much as over the years I hate USC, it is hard to turn that one down.
I mean, the Trojans.
Oh, geez, that is.
I mean, okay, you're not playing for the national title, but you're playing in the Rose Bowl.
It's not too bad. That's not too bad.
That's a bummer. Second prize.
Now, Texas is a grinder because
I've never been a big fan of Texas. I don't know why. I don't know why.
So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is going to be fun to talk about that as the season goes by.
But wow, what a driver's seat he's in, man!
Can you imagine
what a driver's seat he's in?
Yeah. Wow, that is absolutely super cool. What other games are going on this weekend? Any other thing? I mean, last weekend we were just inundated with big games.
Let me see here.
We've got Tennessee and Texas A&M.
Speaking of LSU, we got LSU Florida.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
That is a big one.
And what used to historically be a big game, it's number 10 versus 23, Florida State, Miami.
Yeah, Florida State is clearly overrated. I mean, they're ranked 23 now. That's probably where they probably belong. They'll get better, but it's just...
You know what? I'm picking the Noles in an upset, man.
I think that would be a good call. I didn't realize that Miami was that far
up. I know. They're creeping up, man.
I did not realize that they had that.
Number 8 versus number 9.
I know.
A&M and Tennessee.
I thought Tennessee was just like suck and win all year long.
How about? Can we talk about the Hail Mary?
Talk to me.
Did you see the play?
No, I didn't see it. Didn't see it.
They won on the last play of the game.
Tennessee.
Yeah, big Hail Mary, man.
Yeah. No, I did not see that.
Georgia throws in this guy. He's like 6'7", yeah. Way back in the end zone to swat the ball down. This guy for Tennessee goes up and jumps out of the freaking stratosphere.
Yeah.
Hauls last play of the game. 0-0-0,
I did not see that.
Hauls it in, man. Touchdown. So, Tennessee could be a team of destiny, a team of fate.
So I'll be honest with you. I didn't even see that Texas A&M was that highly ranked either. I just completely.
Well, we're Buckeye fans. We don't look. We're number 2, and I think Michigan's 4. We don't look past 5.
South of the Mason-Dixon line.
We're spoiled. We're a little spoiled right now.
There's no doubt about that. So I'm not seeing a lot else. I mean, every game's cool. There's no doubt about that.
It definitely not like last week where the big intense games mattered so much.
Okay, my daughter who goes to Ohio State, I was talking to her today, and she goes, was Indiana any good? I said, yeah, I think they're going to be better. They usually show up for the Ohio State games.
Indiana's got a squad.
Indiana usually does have a squad. I got to give them some little love there.
They've made some progress. We will clobber them.
There's no doubt about it.
I think it'll take a little longer than it did for Rutgers, but
next.
Okay,
sleeper game: Alabama, Arkansas. Okay, you got number 1 versus number 16. I'm telling you what, Alabama's on the road. They should have lost to Mississippi State.
It's at Arkansas.
It's at Arkansas.
Could Mr. Arrogant Bielma? What is his name? Bielma. What's that clown that went from Wisconsin?
Yeah. Bielma.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
he's
that.
got too many vowels in his name. It wouldn't break my heart.
True.
It wouldn't break my heart to see the Hogs knock him off, but it's not going to happen.
And you know what? Okay, then
Bama wins that by like 42.
I think Bama plays Tennessee, and they do play Texas A&M too. So they've got a rough road ahead of them over the next couple weeks. So Bama loses one of those games. Next couple weeks, they are definitely losing it. They've been trying to lose. They've been trying to lose all year long, and I think they're actually going to succeed in one of these. It just they're actually going to pull it off there because they're going to.
Could you imagine Saban the week after a loss?
Oh, jeez. I mean,
I would seriously think about Harry Carey or something.
I tell you what,
that week,
he rides their asses normally. Can you imagine? He is just a grumpy Gus, typically, right? But that makes him good. Boy, he would just, and not just that, the coaches too. The assistant coaches, he is probably just riding their asses like you cannot believe.
Well, he's God.
Yes, he is.
I mean, how many current coaches now have a statue?
You know what?
And here's a name that you don't hear anymore: Bear Bryant.
Sure.
You don't hear it anymore.
Oh, that's right. He coached at Alabama too, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, holy! Of course, there's like 8,000 Alabama people right now. Not that they listen to us, but
yeah, really.
But you don't hear that talk anymore. Saban's won 4 out of the last 6 or some.
You gotta give him
legend.
credit. You gotta give him credit. I mean, it's
so he can do whatever he wants.
He
could pull a Woody and punch a player probably and get away with a 1-game suspension. You know what I mean?
And he probably had. So real quick, when Schembechler passed away, they had this big ceremony up at the big house, and I'm listening to it on the radio. Just the former players and that, just to honor Schembechler. And one of the players says that, there was a game, and a punt gets blocked in the game, and Schembechler was just absolutely pissed. So he says the following week, you're talking about Saban, he says, we are going to practice this, and nobody's ever going to freaking block a punt again. Okay, so they're in practice, and punt gets blocked, and he goes ballistic. He just goes ballistic. He runs and he sees the kid that missed the assignment. So he runs over, goes to the kid, and takes his clipboard or he starts banging the kid with the clipboard. The assistant coaches come up behind him and they're pulling him away. They go, Bo, stop. And so finally, after he's still hitting him, he finally pull him away. He goes, what's wrong? The assistant coach say, it wasn't him. You hit the wrong kid. It was another kid that missed the assignment, right? So Schembechler looks, he goes, well, he deserved it anyways.
Anecdotally, story. When I was in junior high, I had a coach, Jimmy Puma. He's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
God love him. Love the man to death. Had that Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
A
name like Jimmy Puma.
Yeah.
There are books.
Yeah. I mean, his favorite play was 23 right. My dad was laid off from Ford at the time. So my dad's showing up to all my practices, which as a kid, you don't want your dad at practice, man. You're getting your ass kicked.
Sure.
It was the 70s, so you when you get home, you're getting your ass kicked because you got your ass kicked at practice, you know? And he calls, this play 23 right, and he's bullshitting with my dad for like 3 plays. Mm-hmm. And then the other coach comes in and calls another offensive play and that's a run. Calls a pass play, and then he finally looks to what we're doing and sees I'm throwing a pass, and he comes over and smacks me with a clipboard over my head, and he's screaming at me. I'm like, I called 23 right. And I'm like, that was like 4 plays ago. Dude, you can't talk back to a coach, so you're just like,
just take it.
Okay, let's run 23 right again. But yeah, what do you do as a player? Like you
just take it. You just had to take it. Yeah, there's no sense talking back at it.
Hopefully somebody grabs you a freaking beer at happy hour and cheers you up.
There's no sense to argue about it. Just take it. One final thing about college, real quick. Our Toledo. Remember last week we were showing some love with Frank about Toledo.
Oh yeah.
They took on BYU. And they gave it one hell of a run with BYU. I think it was like 5,000 to 4,900 or something like that. It was
50. Okay, 55-53. I think the over's good.
I think just one of the scores.
Oh yeah! Holy cow, man! No,
that's a game.
That's unbelievable, man. You know what? You have to walk away from that. As UT going.
And just go, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
I mean, it was a hell of a...
BYU, it's on the road.
Yeah, we gave it a shot. I mean, it's just...
Oh, my... They were up 53-52 with 111.
And then they came down. It just absolutely stupid.
Backbreaker. Sorry, Frank, man.
Yeah, Frank, especially because it's a defensive.
Well,
it was a defensive game. Yeah.
Well, if Frank was there would have been a little finesse around the guard, and he would have leaped, and he would have grabbed a Mormon and snapped him in half, and they would have won the game.
You know what we should do about that? We're gonna get some film. From the university. We're going to get film from the UT
From
game.
The archives?
Yeah, from the archives. And
just to see what finesse looks like from a 270-pound man?
We should like Photoshop in like a tutu or something on him.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You do that.
I'll show that. You be across the room when I show him that, okay?
No, I'll be across the continent when that happens.
So, I tell you what. You want to move on to the pro game? I hate to bring it up. We've got to bring it up. This has been working. Sadly working. You go ahead, crunch the numbers. Just tell everybody we're not hiding anything here.
No, well, when you post it, it's kind of hard to hide.
That's kind of stupid, really.
All right, last week, wow, you were 53% across the board, straight up and against the spread.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I was 60% straight up. That's my best year.
You did a great job.
Yeah, that's my best year to date. But I was only 46% against the spread. You're 58. You're 59% for the year, straight up. You're 47% against the spread. I'm 51% straight up, which is ridiculously terrible.
It's still early.
And I'm 49% against the spread, so I'm not too shabby. That's not great. My bookie definitely likes me, so but that's a personal issue, I guess. So some of the games, I mean, who really just.
Well, I was happy to see that the Patriots' charm finally kind of ran out. I mean, in their defense, they're playing with a third-string quarterback.
But here we are talking like these guys, like, and then they gag.
Yeah.
I made the prediction that if they go undefeated when Brady comes back, they're running the table, and then they gag.
Yep.
They freaking gag against Buffalo.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's surprising.
Horrendous.
That was a big game. I tell you what, before I forget this, the Browns actually have found a quarterback. I like Cody Kessler.
The Browns have found an offense.
They have.
They have the second leading rusher in the NFL.
Yep.
They got a running game. They have a passing game.
Yeah.
He spreads the ball well. Terrell Pryor is like Mr. All Everything
He's
universe.
doing it. He's doing it.
Thank God. Thank God. What vindication for that guy. We schmoozed and oozed all over him last week, too. But, man, he
deserves it.
He's the real deal.
He deserves it.
He is the real deal. He's phenomenal.
You don't do it without earning it. Yeah, he's actually earned it.
That guy was out of the league for a year.
Yeah. As a quarterback. And
that's criminal.
Okay. Tim Tebow was offered to play different positions.
Said
nope, I want to play. And there's a lot of ex-quarterbacks that were offered to play positions. And you know what they said? No.
Nope.
Give Pryor credit, man. He earned it, and he earned it. He's not on the team.
He's having a hell of a year.
Yep, absolutely. But that's a cool. I think Kessler really is. He's got the biggest hands of all the kids that are in the draft, and that will pay dividends come November, December in Cleveland when you have the shitty weather and the cold and all that sort of stuff.
My Cowboys came through.
I tell you, you know what?
Down 14-zip. All my San Francisco friends.
Stan,
hello, Mr. Burt. Thank you, love you. But come back and win 24-17. I mean, okay. Zeke leads the league in rushing.
I looked stupid the first week. Remember the first week I'm calling Zeke? I said, oh, man, he's like an Emmitt Smith. And he didn't get anything in the first game. Dude, he looks like Emmitt Smith.
He's the only running back in the NFL right now averaging over 100 yards a game.
It is stupid the way that kid is running.
So
I mean, just he is everything that you thought that he would be. And what is he doing? He's helping out Prescott.
Absolutely.
You called that a long time ago. He's going to help out Prescott, and that allows Prescott just to get better. Right?
Do a little play action.
Absolutely.
Linebackers, that half step, man. It means all the difference in the world.
And then I like what they're doing with your other running back, the guy that they get from Washington. I forget. I like the mixing him up with Elliott. Give Elliott a blow. He doesn't have to be out there for every single play. Give him a blow out there and just come back when he's fresh.
The Cinderella story of the whole league, though, is the Vikings.
The Vikings. You know what? You're absolutely right. You are absolutely freaking right.
Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater destroys every ounce of his knee.
Yeah. Okay.
He essentially has to get like an artificial knee for God's sake.
Pretty much.
I mean, it just.
I think they went to J.C. Penney's, get a mannequin or something like that.
Yeah, devastating injury. And then AP goes down.
Yes.
And then you bring in Mr. Fragile himself, Sam Bradford,
and he is looking as solid.
And he is rocking it.
No turnovers.
No
turnovers. No. So he comes into it. He comes into a team. Doesn't know the playbook or anything, right? Mm-mm. He doesn't even know where the address is. He doesn't know anything about them. Comes in and look at the way that they're playing. And
4-0.
Tell you what,
4-0.
I'm going to go back to the guy we've talked about before.
Norv
Turner,
baby.
Norv Turner. He is the guy. It just to have him as your offensive coordinator, that's where it is right there.
All right, here we go.
So what do you think about this week? Why don't you just pick out a couple games here? Since
all right, you know what?
We've been on for like 5 hours right now.
Oh wow. Excellent. To my boy Kevin Fleming, who's a big Bengals Hoo-Day fan. They got Dallas. All
right, Kevin, I hope you hit the website, fireandbrimstorm.com. We can use the hits.
Oh, yeah. The Bengals are favored by 1. Dallas is going to curb stomp you in Dallas.
And I'm sorry about this. I split this one. I'm taking the Bengals straight up, and I'm taking Dallas in the points because I just don't know who's going to win that game. I'm going to get one of those right.
There's a big star, and there's a big star.
You're going to get one of those right.
Let me see.
What about the Rams? Go figure. They look like pieces of shit the first game, and now they're 3-1. Where the hell did that come from? And they're not even starting their number one draft pick quarterback that's sitting on the bench. It's just go figure. I can't figure that one out. The Steelers, shit, they look like they are just coming into their own.
Steelers are going to destroy the Jets.
They are just going to eat up the Jets. Just the 7 points. That's just stupid. That's absolutely stupid. They are going to eat them alive.
New England at winless Cleveland.
Yeah.
Super shocker.
10.5 points.
Super shocker. Take the brownies and the points and double down.
That's not a bad idea. You know what? I thought about that. I'm going to say the Patriots are going to cover, but
no, Patriots aren't going to cover. I think the Patriots win. But
Patriots win. But
the freaking brownies are going to play with heart and soul again, man. It's going to be one of those wide right or some gut wrenching. And you know what? If Cleveland doesn't fumble the ball 2 series in a row last week,
yeah. That's right.
They win.
They're in the game.
They're right there.
That's right.
I don't know.
They're in the game. They're absolutely in the game. One other game, the Giants and the Packers, that's always just like a black and blue, type of game. Packers, I think the Packers are just going to absolutely annihilate them.
Being a Cowboy fan, it would not break my heart to see the Giants with a losing record.
No, I don't see that. It's I've never been a big Eli Manning fan, even though he's got 2 Super Bowl rings. You can't take that away from him. But it's what it is. The Lions and the Eagles, Carson Wentz, man, I like him. I like the moxie. I think it's I'm taking them both. It's the Eagles by 3, even though they're in the Lions' house. I'm going to go with them. I'm going to take them both.
That just shows you how wrong you are. I'm going with Detroit across the board, man.
And it's not the first time anybody's ever said that to me as well.
Not so fast, my friend. Is that copyrighted? Is that trademarked?
We should look at that right now. Can we make some money off that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think my boy Lee might have a little something to say about that.
Could
but
be.
anyways,
there could be that.
Other than that, let's go Minnesota, Texas. Real quick.
Let's talk about
Houston.
that one.
Minnesota, Houston. Houston's in Minnesota, 6.5.
And I'm taking Minnesota straight up, but I'll take Texas with the points. So I am just splitting that one right down the middle.
Minnesota can't win, forever. This league is just brutal. So I'm going Houston across the board.
So you're thinking sometime the magic has to
start.
And you're right. You're right about that. At some point, it's got to happen.
Doesn't mean it's next week, but
it will happen. It will happen. But you know what? Everybody's got to be shaking their head. What the hell is going on with these guys? That is pretty impressive. So, any other games you want to cover?
Well, you know what? The only thing I'm really confident other than that is the buys.
Yeah. So we are not going to ruin our record with Jacksonville, Kansas City, the Saints, and the Seahawks.
Yeah, or pad it either. So
we are not going to get anything wrong with that one. So listen, dude, this has been another fun one.
Yeah, it's been good.
We've got some cool games to look forward to this coming weekend, and then we will bang it out again next weekend. We'll cut some more tape.
Yep.
Of sorts, and this is as usual. This is always fun,
always entertaining.
We will try to get Frank, and we'll get somebody else in here to
check us out on Facebook. Absolutely. We're on Facebook now. Fire and Brimstone,
Fire and Brimstone, and of course Fire and Brim MMstone.com out there. It. And come out, check the site. We're adding stuff all the time. It's I'm thinking we should do some giveaways or something like that, some can coolers or stuff that we can give away to people. I'm just thinking big here.
There's like 6 empty beer bottles right here. We could.
So why don't we start with?
Beautiful.
I love it, dude. Hey, as usual, absolute blast. See you, brother.
Love you, world. See ya. Oh, hey, real quick shout out, man. All our people down south in Florida and whatnot, man. Be safe. We love you.
You know what? That is an excellent call. Just stay safe. You can replace houses. You can replace cars, stuff like that.
Do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Survive.
But just get out of there. All right. See ya.
Later.
Bye.